What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Between the Lines Sports Podcast. We are your host. I'm Blair. This is Patrick. Taking a couple weeks off, trying to get back on track. Life gets busy sometimes. We're right in the thick of it in college football. NFL's about halfway through. Some important games coming up. Some important games have happened in college football. Trying to think recap-wise. What is it, 2 weeks we got a recap for college football? We'll kind of touch on Tennessee game and some of the bigger games that have happened. Let's see here. Let me pull up I can't remember 2 weeks ago. I remember this past week.
But. 2 weeks ago, probably one of the biggest ones was the Friday night Louisville beating Miami. That was a pretty big upset that took place, and then the Georgia Ole Miss game was crazy. There's just been too much to talk about to hit on all of it, but
yeah,
probably some of the biggest things to me would be Vandy winning the 2 games at home back-to-back, the 2 basically top 15 matchups.
Yeah.
Just showing that they're continuing to kind of, in this new era, evolve as a program and take care of business at games at home that ordinarily they would find a way to lose or they would have no shot in. So that's one thing definitely that stuck out over the last couple of weeks. The weird results, like 2 weeks ago, Texas getting dominated essentially by Kentucky and pulling it out in overtime. The crazy Missouri-Auburn game that went to double overtime because they both missed a field goal in the first overtime. Clemson keeps struggling. They lost to SMU a couple weeks ago at home. That's basically it from 2 weeks ago. But if we jump into this past week, the more recent stuff, it's kind of, I got to say, I am personally shocked by Indiana. Like, I'm just,
oh yeah,
you can call me a hater or whatever, but
out of nowhere.
It's hard to believe that a program that's been a doormat for the entirety of college football history has just somehow like beating the slop out of everyone they play. Because UCLA, they came in on a 3-game winning streak. It's not like they're world beaters, but they're playing a lot better. And that game was over from like the second snap. UCLA threw a pick 6. So, I don't know. They just continue to kind of befuddle me. I'm shocked at what they're doing. But maybe, at some point, just going to have to believe what they're doing because they keep doing it.
Yeah.
That was just the first one that jumped out. If we're just going straight down the rankings, we're playing Kentucky, so I just was kind of keeping an eye on it. But A&M went into the half down at LSU, and then A&M dominated the second half and ends up getting Brian Kelly fired. So that was obviously a noteworthy one.
And they had a tough one the week before against Arkansas. So
yeah.
They're finding a way to win the close ones and dominate on the road. And, especially, I think I saw a stat. It said, I think LSU was like 20, and I don't know if it's since Brian Kelly is coach or not, but it was like they're 21 in night games at home since he's been head coach or something like that. So that was a big statement for them, which, I don't know, I think LSU's been kind of the most overrated team in college football to this point this year. They don't really have a good win on the resume. Offense has been kind of stagnant, not really scoring the points, and I think that's where their issue lies because I don't think their defense is horrible. You could say different now because A&M put up a 50-burger basically on them, but before that they've been playing pretty good, but their offense hasn't been putting up the points that you kind of need to in today's age, especially in the SEC with all these high-powered offenses with A&M, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Vandy. You can go on, but I kind of anticipate them dropping a few more as the season goes on because they've got a tough schedule ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Especially now that they fired the coach, we don't know what they're going to do. As I keep looking, that Alabama-South Carolina game was obviously crazy.
Yeah.
South Carolina, again, dominated. And Alabama kind of just did enough to hang around and then did what they normally do at the end and get that turnover and then kind of rip their hearts out. So it was definitely a crazy game there.
That's exactly what it was. I think it's a team that's kind of under the radar is Georgia Tech. They're undefeated. Obviously, they're in the ACC and they haven't had like a real tough game yet. Their toughest one was probably either Duke or maybe Clemson. They play Georgia. That's really their only tough one the rest of the way. Pitt will be a decent game, but they could be having a seat at the table in the playoffs this year for sure. Even if they go on
Yeah, they could.
up to the Georgia game and lose that one, it'd be tough to keep them out, I think.
Yeah. Interesting though, this week I think they play at NC State, and I was looking at something to where they're like it's projected to be like a 3 or 4 point game. So they kind of keep you on the edge of their seat. Some of those games have been real tight. Like they barely escaped Wake, and at Duke, they struggled for a good bit. So we'll see if they can get it to the finish line. But yeah, if they get to that Georgia game at 11-0, I would say that they're definitely going to pretty much be a lock.
Yeah. There's some.
What'd you say?
There's some. I don't know. It's really like outside the top five. Like, I mean, really, even in the top five, I feel like almost anybody can be beat. Like Indiana and Ohio State are really the only teams that have shown that, to this point, they haven't really been tested or shown that they could be beat. But other than that, like everybody in the SEC can pretty much anybody in the top 25 in the SEC can beat each other with maybe the exception of Texas. Not real confident in them yet. And then, with Missouri losing their quarterback, that changes a little bit. But their backup freshman came in and played pretty well. I think that game might have been a little different if Bo didn't get hurt there late in the second half. So, I mean,
yeah.
But Vandy found a way to pull it out. We'll see if they can do it at Texas this week.
Yeah. I mean, just running through the rest of them real quick. I mean, the Ole Miss-Oklahoma game was a really good game. Ole Miss finally kind of got over the hump on the road, winning a game against a ranked team for the first time with Kiffin as the coach in 6 years.
Yeah.
Virginia and North Carolina went to overtime. I was a little surprised by that. Virginia got to 7-1, but North Carolina has improved a little bit. They're playing a lot better. The Texas-Mississippi State game was crazy. Mississippi State just continues to find ways to blow games. They were up 38-21 with like 12 minutes to go and blew it. Just seeing if there's anything else that I'm trying to rack my brain from Saturday, running down through these. Nothing else like super noteworthy. I mean, Auburn kind of escaped from Arkansas to kind of keep Hugh Freeze alive for another week. We'll see how they keep moving. But
Texas-Mississippi State game going to overtime?
Yeah.
Okay. Missed that. South Florida got beat by Memphis.
Yeah, they blew a big lead in the fourth quarter.
That's really about it from this past week.
Yeah, I mean, lots of results, but most of them, I mean, a lot of the better games are the SEC. So
yeah.
But I mean, other than that, just the Tennessee game. I mean, I don't know. You texted me like 5 seconds before the game started and said, "Are we going to cover 7.5?" And I was like, I don't know. I think
it looked dicey for.
I think that Kentucky. I kind of figured they would play us a little tougher, but I just think that they're really bad. Like they're really bad, and they're really apathetic, and their fans and everybody is like kind of wants a change now because they just keep hitting the same ceiling with Stoops. Like they're really solid, they're really tough, and then they make a bowl game, but they don't win any of the big games. Like they don't beat us, they don't beat Georgia.
Yeah.
They can't if they happen to play Alabama or somebody, they don't beat them. So I feel like there was a lot of factors working against them, and then just like as fast as we jumped out with like a 4-play 75-yard drive, and then the pick six, third time they had the ball, or second time they had the ball, and like just as how easy it was. Now this is looking through orange glasses. Like I really feel like that really set the tone for like our team, because it's almost just like if we just kick it into gear, like we're gonna win. It's like obviously our defense has a lot of holes and like we're really beat up, so they're not great. But I just feel like the circumstances of the game made it to where it was so much worse because it was just like we were so relaxed. Like, hey, we're up 28. Who cares if we give up a big play? not saying they had that mentality, you know, but like you know what I mean. Like when you're playing a
Yeah.
game and you know the other team has no chance, like you're just like
Yeah.
you kind of relax. And not saying I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's the way I saw it. Like
Oh,
I didn't really even get nervous like when they, you know, we kind of sputtered there before the half or in the second quarter and let them go on that like 16 play 96-yard drive or whatever and made it 7 like right before the half, and you're kind of like, but then we just went right down the field, scored, and that was pretty much it. I mean, like after they took all that time to score and then we just score in like a minute and it's not even hard, like it's just like against air.
yeah.
They're kind of just like, you know, that's just the way I see it. Like to me it was just, I was kind of worried about it going in just because, you know, it's a rivalry. They've played us really tough up there before, but this year's version, they don't pack much of a punch. I think the freshman quarterback was pretty impressive. I think
Yeah.
he has a chance to be pretty decent. But they're not at a spot really where they can compete with hardly anybody in the SEC right now. So I think it's kind of we got the job done. Joey played great. Receivers played great. Got to run the ball better, but I mean, the takeaway is we won. Cleanse, repeat, flush, get ready to go this week. Obviously, a much tougher task this week against who we're playing.
Yeah. And I mean, I was kind of like you. I thought we would win by somewhere between a touchdown and 2 touchdowns, but I wasn't real. I mean, like you said, just playing up there has been kind of tough here of late, and wasn't fully confident. But as soon as we went up 14-0, I was like, yeah, there's no way we're losing this game, and I think we should win big because I don't see them stopping our offense. Yeah, they did have some big splash plays that kind of kept them in it in the first half, and then, like you said, just kind of got relaxed in the second half after we got a big lead. Just went on from there. But like you said, defense is banged up, but you know, we got to have that next man up mentality, and we got to find a way to stop somebody at some point. Otherwise, you know, our season's going to come to an end obviously before we want to. So,
yeah, I mean, the biggest issue on defense is that like our D line is good, but if they don't get to the quarterback,
yeah,
like right now, Aaron Carter's out. He's our fastest sideline to sideline, most experienced linebacker.
Yeah,
and he's out, and so then basically you have T-Lander and you have Spillman, and then you have a bunch of freshmen, which I think Perlotti looks good. I think he can fly.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to be a good player. Like, I think some of the young guys, but they're just not ready to be like in these big situations. So then you got McCoy out, obviously, who knows, been out the whole year. Gibson's out. So it's just like, it makes it tough because, I mean, after Hood, who, thank God, he came and was good. You got Redmond, who's played fine, but he's a freshman and he's like lost all his confidence. So this is going to be good for him down the line. But right now we're like swimming on defense. Like so the thing is like the reports I'm hearing is that McCoy's going to come back. Like I don't think he's going to be back this week, but I think definitely if we win this week, like he'll definitely come back after the bye week. So that's like huge incentive to just find a way this week. Like you get this win this week, then we're off, and then we play New Mexico State. It's basically like having 2 bye weeks before that Florida game.
Yeah.
And like we win this week, if we can get Carter back, if we can get McCoy back, you know, have a little rest. Like I really think we have a chance to improve a little bit and finish strong on defense. But we're gonna have to find a way to win this week.
Yeah. If we want to go and talk about this week. Oh, I thought that was Andrews again. I was about to say it's the other tight end. Yeah, I actually do feel good about it. Just after watching Oklahoma the past few weeks, I really don't feel like Mateer is back to 100%. I still feel like he's playing through it a little bit. Not saying that he's playing bad, but he's definitely not 100% there. And their defense just hasn't looked good enough to stop our offense, I don't think. So I think as long as the offense comes ready to play, I think playing, you know, for whatever reason, we always play extremely well on defense, knock on freaking wood, but in the black uniforms. So I hope we get to see that this Saturday, as we'll be in attendance, so that'll be nice. But like you said, winning this one's going to be big for the rest of the year. You know, it could make or break our playoff hopes. So winning this one will be big. Basically playing New Mexico State is almost like a bye. Then having Florida, that'll be, you know, it's always Florida at Florida, so it's going to be tough. Then we got Vanderbilt to close out the year. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just like if you can win this week, like you basically assure yourself like you're going to be in the conversation
yeah,
the rest of the year. Like you're going to be in all the shows. You're going to be like right there on the verge.
yeah,
Now, whether or not I think we're good enough to be a playoff team this year, just with our deficiencies on defense, like that's beside the point. It's fun to like be in the conversations. Like you win this week, like our next meaningful game is not till November 22nd. So like you're going to be like the playoffs start coming out. The ranking show starts coming on this upcoming week. So you're going to be in there. You're going to be in the hunt. You're going to be in the mix the rest of the year. It's like it's a massive game, just massive because really then it makes it come down to if you beat Florida and you beat Vandy, you're probably going to get in. I mean, 10-2 at that point, you're probably going to have a win over a ranked Oklahoma team, a win over a ranked Vandy team. Your two losses are going to be to teams that are in the top 5 with Bama and Georgia.
yeah,
It's going to be hard to keep you out regardless of like what your statistics and things like that look like. So you set yourself up with a chance. But like you said, we're going to go this week. I mean, this is the one night game that UT's getting this year. The dark mode, like you said, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great environment. We've played so well at home. I mean, we've only lost 2 games at home since 21, and they've both been to Georgia. So, I do like our chances. We got to play well, can't turn the ball over, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do like our chances because our offense is it's really good. So if our defense could just continue, I mean, we're going to give up some points, but if they can just keep making those big plays, like getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball loose occasionally, or those kind of things, it's just I do like the chances.
Yeah, and like you said, our next meaningful game won't be till the 22nd or whatever you said it was. I think if we win, this Saturday, we're going to definitely be in the top 12. Hope maybe the top 10. So we should definitely be in that, that stage of being in, and as long as until we get to that game against Florida. So, like I said, I like our chances. It's going to be an exciting weekend, a big weekend. A playoff maybe breaker or maker. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. There's not too many games, but
just about exactly 10 years since the last time we went to the Oklahoma game, and it was a devastating loss. So hopefully it's different this time.
Yeah, they don't have Baker Mayfield this time, so I feel all right.
Yeah, that was
actually that team was loaded. They had so many guys that are in the league right now.
Mark Andrews that's playing right now.
Yeah,
dude, that is legitimately probably the loudest game I've ever been to.
Yeah, either that one or that Georgia game.
Yeah, I would think that Oklahoma game was like probably, dude, I was literally cupping my hands and like putting them over your ear to try and talk to you. It was the loudest game I've ever been to.
I think that might have been the best seats I've ever had too. Remember, 50-yard
line.
Yeah,
I mean, we sat at the 50-yard line on the 40th row,
something like that.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Ugh.
Those were the days back then.
Yeah, and I think we got up there that morning and walked around campus for I think we walked 16 miles that day.
Yeah, we met Josh Richardson, Armani. He started trying to work shoe deals right then. We were doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, went to a tailgate, didn't know anybody there. Who was there? Loy? Loy was there and got us.
Yeah, Loy was there. Oh. Yeah, so
Garland's running those things up there now. Oh gosh.
Hopefully we can atone for that one and get a better result.
Yeah. As far as college goes this week, I mean, we've got the Tennessee game. We've kind of already touched on that. Vanderbilt at Texas. That'll be a tough one. I think the Miami at SMU will be a little interesting. I do expect Miami to win, but just going on the road will be another good test for them. Penn State, Ohio State will be interesting just to see what Penn State decides to do. They're kind of going downhill fast. Georgia at Florida could get a little dicey. I don't know if Florida's good enough to make it a real tight game, but I could see them giving some trouble, similar to how South Carolina did Alabama this week.
We need just being strictly, since they're playing that game neutral. I mean, strictly from our perspective, We need Georgia to pound them. We need Florida to be kind of, no confidence when we come in there.
We do.
Because they got this game, they got at Kentucky, I think, then at Ole Miss, then us. Like, if they could lose all three and be, their season's pretty much over, that'd be perfect for us coming in there. I mean, I'm trying to
they played
harbor up a scenario for us.
Then Ole Miss, then us, then Florida State.
But they're just too talented. I mean, I really envision, because Georgia, like I said, Georgia's good, but they're just not as good as they have been. I'm really envisioning that. I could be completely off, but I think that's going to be a very tight game.
Which one, Georgia, Florida?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
I kind of, the Duke Georgia Tech, the Duke Clemson game at noon is interesting, because Clemson has already dropped a few at home to some teams that aren't as good as Duke, so that'll definitely be one to keep up with.
Yeah, with Alabama's remaining schedule, they've got LSU at home, Oklahoma at home, Eastern Illinois.
They're going 11-1.
You don't think they're going to lose?
Hell no, they're not losing to nobody, dude. They're going to go 12-1 and be in the playoff.
Well, say they did lose, they drop one. Let's say they lose to.
But even if they drop one, they have not lost a conference game yet, so that would be their first conference loss. They've already beat Georgia, so they're going to be in the SEC championship no matter what.
Yeah, but how much do you think they'll talk about that Florida State loss at the beginning of the year? 0?
Not much.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
If Bama goes 10-2 and loses the championship game and they're 10-3, they'll get in the playoff over us 100%.
Yeah, so we kind of want them.
Which is fine. They beat us, whatever,
Yeah.
But look and see if anything else sticks out. USC, Nebraska, Saturday night will be interesting. USC's kind of in a position like us. They're way further back in the polls, but they're 5-2. If they were to win out, they probably would have a pretty decent chance.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Auburn, hot seat bowl. Whoever loses that game might get fired. So,
gosh, on the spot.
Be interesting to watch. And then Cincinnati, Utah is a late night game after our game, pretty much. Or, well, it won't be after our game because ours will take forever, but starts at 10:15. That'll be interesting because Cincinnati's 7-1, Utah is 6-2. They're both very much alive in the Big 12 race, so that could have some implications for that. So, yeah, there's definitely a bunch of games that are going to have a say. Also at noon, Navy and North Texas. There's a crazy scenario. Navy 7-0, North Texas 7-1. Navy still has to play North Texas, Notre Dame, USF, and Army. But they could win all those games, lose to Tulane in the AAC championship game, and then be in a position to where they could possibly. So obviously that's pretty crazy. But
yeah,
both those teams being 7-0, 7-1 at this point is interesting. So that'll be a good matchup.
Since they lost that second game. I don't know if they're going to lose again, but they do have a tough schedule.
Oh, they're not losing. They don't play anybody that can beat them. Except Navy. I mean, Navy doesn't have the defense to stop them though. So,
what do you think is I don't know how to phrase it here, the hottest head coach vacancy position? What do you think is the top position available right now?
Florida
over LSU?
Absolutely. Florida is in the number one recruiting, one of the number one recruiting states. It's just Florida to me.
Yeah.
Especially if Lane Kiffin were to take it. That would be a nightmare scenario.
Oh, 100%. I mean, thankfully we won't be playing them every year, but.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard to compare Florida and LSU. I think they're both ahead of Penn State. Just my.
Yeah, I agree.
My opinion, but it's probably a toss-up depending on who you talk to. But to me, I'd say Florida for sure, just because.
Yeah.
LSU is way too the politicians in LSU are way too involved in the program.
Yeah.
The governor literally came out, I think yesterday or today, and was basically talking trash about their AD, saying that guy's not going to be allowed to make the next hire. I don't know. LSU, Louisiana is just a really backward state.
It's a different world.
Yeah. That's why they swamp people down there.
Yeah.
I mean, the game, but as far as the games, the game that I'm most is that Vandy Texas game, because if Vandy wins that game, they're going to be in Knoxville and 10-1.
Yeah.
Because their next two games are Auburn at home, they're off, and then Kentucky at home.
And then hopefully we break their hopes and dreams.
But even so, if they lose this Saturday and they win the next two, Like they're playing that game to get in the playoff. So like
Yeah.
it's just a crazy. It's just a totally different world.
I mean,
Totally different
I
world.
think either way, whether they, as long as they only, well, I think if they lose to Texas and then get to us, they'll be playing to get in. If they're or if they haven't lost another one when they get to us, they're playing to get in. Because I think if they lose to us, either way, they're out. Should be, assuming we win out.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to us and them, you would think it should be, yeah.
Yeah, the head to head.
But that's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy. And I mean, I got to be honest with you. I expect Vandy to. I don't know if I'm going to say I expect them to win, but I mean, they're going to be right there if they don't. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Texas has looked like trash.
The only thing is, Pavia hasn't played very good in the big games this year.
Yeah, he hasn't, but their defense just keeps them in it, and they can run the ball and stuff, and they just capitalize on your mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew they weren't going to beat Bama this year. Like, they weren't going to beat them, and they weren't going to let Vandy win, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, the people that pull the SEC puppet strings.
Yep.
Whoever that is, God, Sankey, I don't know, but they weren't going to let Vandy win. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's by far the toughest game left on our schedule.
Yeah.
Like I think they're better than Oklahoma. They're definitely better than Florida. So it's gonna be the biggest game. If we get there the way we should, it's gonna be the biggest game in Tennessee Vandy football history or the history of the rivalry. Like so.
Gosh dang it!
Luckily, it's at our place this year.
Yeah. Second time Zay Flowers has gotten the ball like about to score inside the 5, gets tackled. Last time it went to a tight end, but it's about to go to a tight end again.
What's the score?
41-6.
Dang, they're just running through them. I think the Ravens are about to come like a phoenix through that division.
Yeah, it's looking like it. The Steelers keep playing how they are.
Yeah, I texted
their
you.
Defense might be worse than Tennessee's right now.
Yeah, it makes no sense. They have the highest payroll of any defense in the country.
Yeah.
I texted you when they went up 16-7 or whatever, and then they made it 19-14.
Oh, I thought it was over.
I was like, all right. And then Packers absolutely dominated after that, huh?
Rashad Bateman, you got to be kidding me. Tell me it's a holding flag. Yeah, they've been holding defense. Gosh dang it. They've been killing me. But have you ever heard of Jersey Jerry? He's part of Barstool and does a podcast with, like, he's this big Steelers fan. He's always like on the, when they live stream them and like betting on games and stuff. He wears Steelers jerseys and stuff, kind of a heftier dude. Anyway, he was saying, because he holds a thing called the Terrible Tailgate with another guy named Adam Steele that I tweet back and forth with sometimes on Twitter. But anyway, so I know a lot of players and former players and talk to them like on a personal level. I heard it was a TikTok, but it was on a podcast. He talked to a former defensive player before the game on Sunday and said, he was like, what's going on with our defense, yada, yada. And the dude was like, the ex-player was like, there's too many guys playing for themselves out there. It's like they're going to get exposed tonight and like they're going to lose worse than they should. And it was like something, said something else, but he basically like scripted out the game on how it was going to go. So I don't know what that means necessarily, but
Mafia.
Yeah, but we're paying TJ Watt $41 million a year, and he is not playing like a $41 million man.
Dude, you stop after you get paid. What's the point? You don't have to play.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but by the same token, we've got two really good edge rushers on the other side that interchange out between Highsmith and Herbig, and to take some pressure off them, and it's not working. Our secondary is not covering anything. Jamar Chase had 16 catches for I don't even remember how many yards, but it was like 16, 23. Ridiculous. And then, we couldn't stop him this past week. But I love how Rodgers is playing. I think he's definitely good enough to keep playing. He's still I mean, I don't want to go out on a limb here, but I would say he's playing like top 10 caliber quarterback right now. Just his stats and putting him in a position to win the game, scoring points, which we haven't been doing the past couple of years. So, but NFL's kind of shaky too. I think nobody would have had the Colts as the number one team in the league on their bingo card to this point in the year. So, a lot of injuries at the quarterback position, but Mafia is always never really know what anything is anymore.
Yeah, dude, the NFL is just total toss up. This is like last week. We were talking about who we were going to take in Survivor, and it was like Falcons, Colts, or Eagles. And dude, Falcons got stomped by the Dolphins. Even with Kirk Cousins playing, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a total toss up. But dude, Rodgers is awesome. I love watching him play. Just the way he like runs the game, like perfectly does the clock, like knows what. He's just so smart, and his arm is like amazing. I mean, he just like he's good.
Yeah.
I saw, I guess it was Sunday during the games on Red Zone on the bottom. They were talking about the Steelers are already trying to get him to come back and commit to next year.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing. I watched them, like when he was with the Packers, I watched them in primetime games or, the bigger games of the year. And, obviously we played against him in the Super Bowl. So I knew he was, obviously a great player and had, a great way of doing things, but it's nice seeing him do it like from a weekly perspective because it reminds me a lot of when we had Ben. Ben operated in a very similar way, kind of ran the offense himself. Now, obviously, I think Rodgers throws a better ball. I think he throws the best ball I think I've ever seen. Just
yeah, it's unbelievable.
it, but just the way he handles himself in game-like situations and is able to see things on the field that, there weren't many times where we had Kenny back there and, he would do a hard count, see something audible into something else, and it be the right call. I mean, obviously, you don't know the play that was called originally, but it's nice having that. It's like having Ben back there, but can throw a better ball. So definitely hope he's back next year. That's for sure. This upcoming draft class has plummeted with the talent and the injuries so far. So
yeah, he needs to come back for sure. Who do you play this? Who do the Steelers play this week?
The Colts.
Oh my God, that schedule's turned out to be brutal. Is it at home or at Indianapolis?
At home.
Is that prime time?
No, it's 1:00.
Oh dang! Just your run of the mill 1:00 game there, huh?
Yeah.
What's the line?
Colts minus 3.5.
Oh my God, Steelers money line hammer.
Yeah, I don't know what the odds are. Let me look.
After last week losing that game, lost 2 in a row. The Colts are due for a loss.
Yeah, I lost 250 on Steelers money line this past week. I should have cashed out.
Dang.
When they went up, what was it? I remember.
You kept hammering, didn't you?
No, I didn't bet anymore, but I should have cashed out. What was it? Let me look here. I think when it was 16-7 at halftime, my cash out was like, because I think it was plus 130. I bet 250 on it, and I think what was the cash out? The cash out was like 512 or something like that. So it was pretty close to. I think the total. I can't remember what the total was. It was like 547, 537, something like that. Was the total cash out if I let it ride and they won? But I should have cashed out for sure. Because as soon as they came back in the second half and they scored that touchdown in the third, it went downhill quick.
Yeah, because that's the thing, too. The Packers got in field goal range right before the half and then missed the field goal, so you're feeling good.
Yeah. I was. Not good enough, though. See, it's plus 134. Yeah, I'll be betting that. Just to, get shot down again.
Yeah, that might be an all-in play.
Oh. See, I'm about to look at these Survivor.
Considering my all-in is 0 because I have no money.
Yeah. Let's see here. Like I might have to go with the Chargers over the Titans
For what?
for
Survivor?
this week, or the Rams over the Saints.
Dude, way too many people have stayed alive.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's gonna be hard to separate.
Yeah, we really needed the Colts to lose this past week, and Patriots or the Eagles. Either any of those would have been nice. Or we picked the Eagles, not the Eagles. The Colts or the Patriots would have been real nice, especially the Colts, because I think that was the majority. 21 left. I mean, not completely out of it.
Yeah, I'd feel better if we had 2 entries.
Yeah.
Falcons at Patriots. Chargers at Titans. West Coast team coming and playing the early game though.
Is it a 1 o'clock game?
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't take, what about
Lions Vikings? Have we already taken Lions?
Yeah.
Packers Panthers. Have we already taken
Who
Packers?
we've taken?
We taking Packers?
We've taken Steelers, Ravens, Bucks, Bills, Lions, Packers, Chiefs, Eagles.
Oh,
Like all the good ones.
What about Rams? Are we taking Rams?
No, we can use Rams. That was my
Rams are playing the Saints at home. I mean, that's going to have to be mob if they lose. But I bet everybody's going to take Rams. Everybody's going to take Detroit, Packers. This is a good week for Survivor because there's a bunch of huge favorites.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of these other, I mean, look, all these other teams have picked, similar teams here. Packers, Colts. Almost nobody alive has picked the Rams.
Yeah, that's who everybody's going to pick this week. So we should probably try and go with someone else, I guess, in case the Mafia gets involved.
Who was it that's playing the Chargers?
Titans.
Nobody's really picked them either. Nobody's picked the Chargers, actually. One person has picked the Rams.
Oh, my God. So those are the
No,
two
wait,
picks.
I lied. 1, 2, 3. 3 have picked the Rams. None have picked the Chargers.
Wow.
Might be a Rams pick. So we just roll the dice with I was looking up.
We can roll the dice with taking the Jags at the Raiders by 2.
This this thing on here was given the Panthers an 8.3% chance to beat the Packers. If Mafia is ever a real thing, they're giving.
Dude, what the hell is a Sunday night game? Seattle at Washington? Huh?
DC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Jaden Daniels is back, otherwise that needs to be flexed. It's a little late to flex.
It's too late to flex now.
You would think.
No, it is too late to flex. It's 3 days before the game. Actually, only really 2 days before the game now.
Brutal.
All right, I'm going to check one more thing real quick. Hold on. I just want to look and see what Steelers.
About time, Derrick Henry. Good gosh.
Oh my God, Steelers. Colts at home, at Chargers,
Oh, it's a brutal.
Bengals, at Bears, Bills, at Ravens, Dolphins on Monday Night Football, at Lions. Oh my God. At Bears, Ravens. Ooh, this is a rough schedule.
Yeah.
Blowing that Bengals game really is going to hurt.
We couldn't afford to lose that one, and we couldn't really afford to lose. I mean, obviously, we could afford to lose like one game, realistically, between now and then. I think, and sadly, we lost to the Packers at home and Seattle at home. We had to win one of those for sure. That Bengals game we should have won for sure, but just couldn't stop Jamar Chase. And that was that.
It's the Steelers that's an automatic dub.
What is?
Steelers
Against who?
this week. Colts.
I would
That's
like
a
to
lot.
hope so, but I'm
That's a
very
lot.
confident.
That's a lot.
Honestly, I feel decent about it just because they've been destroying people by running the ball at Jonathan Taylor, and I think we can stop that. Obviously, they've been throwing it.
Dude, that's the thing though, is like y'all's defense was like so good it kept y'all in the game every game. And like now the offense is good and the defense can't do anything.
Yep. And we added pieces to the defense. That's what doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I will say Darius Slay is terrible. He needs to retire. 'Cause he can't guard anybody.
Who?
Darius Slay.
Yeah, he's been in there for a while now.
Him thinking he would help at safety and on the deep stuff, but he's not doing well. So
Well, that's that. I mean,
yeah, maybe
we're gonna make a prediction on the score of the game.
Live stream from the game this Saturday.
Nah. Don't want to zap the phone battery in 2 minutes.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to hear us anyway.
But I'm gonna say that being at home, we're gonna win.
Yes,
It's gonna be back and forth, but we're gonna win 38-28.
Ooh, that was pretty close to mine. If they say, I'll change it now because I was going to say 38 something, but let's go 41-31. Vols.
Gonna go into November or the month of November, hopefully being relevant the whole time and having a shot at getting right back to where we were. So that'd be good. If so, just got to take care of business.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Big W. Drive backs from Knoxville are always better after a W.
Got to be horrible after a loss, so it's got to be a win.
Yeah, might just have to take a UE to the river.
Yeah, we might. I should drive home 110.
All the way. Be home in 58 minutes. But alrighty, that is all we have for this week. Tune in next week.